Hello, everybody. Okay, so I'm never sure when this thing goes live, so I'm just going to start talking. This is Jeri Cates, and welcome to my live. Looks like we're going on now. All right, so bear with me while I get Facebook up here so I can see who's here. Up there with me. I'm going to close that so I can see myself. Yes, all right. Got it. All right. Just checking if you see me on Facebook. Did you know I was in Facebook jail yesterday for sending out too many hellos? There we go. All right. Yeah, I was in Facebook jail in case you didn't catch the latest. All right. So today I want to talk about the confidence catalyst, and there are going to be 5 mind shifts to ignite your potential, to ignite your inner power. So I want you to stick around to the end because I have a little gift for you, and it's totally related to everything we're going to talk about today. And I see a couple people joining in. Go ahead and hashtag live if you're on the live, and then if you're seeing the replay, hashtag replay. Okay, so let's talk. Let's talk a little bit about self-esteem, self-confidence, and self-worth. And they're all interrelated, right? Developing self-esteem involves valuing yourself and the impacts how you treat yourself and others, right? Self-confidence is the trust you have in your abilities, while self-esteem is your overall sense of value. Self-worth is your belief in your inherent self or your inherent value. To improve self-confidence, I want to give you 5 ways to ignite your self-confidence, to ignite your inner power. And the first one is the confidence catalyst affirmation. And it's doing mirror work. And so what you want to do is find a quiet place and look into the mirror, deep into your eyes, and say to yourself, I love you. Say your first name and repeat after me. Jeri, I love you. Jeri, I love you. Jeri, I love you. See how powerful that is? I mean, we all need some love. We all need some love. But when you can start to source it for yourself, that's a powerful place to be. That's a way to really build your self-confidence. Now that's from the mirror work of Louise Hay. She was an author and a publisher and a metaphysical teacher. But I want to go back further in my time. And the first time I had any mirror work was when I read a book, and this was in '81, the year my son was born. I read a book, Think Slim, Be Slim, and it was a university course in mental dieting, and it's not in print anymore. I still have a copy. But I learned about meditation from that book, and it also reinforced the importance of affirmations, right? So in that book, the mirror work was looking into the mirror and saying, I like myself unconditionally. I like myself unconditionally. I like myself unconditionally. So if that's where you need to start, by all means, start there. If you're uncomfortable looking into the mirror and looking into your own eyes, there's work to be done. There truly is some work to be done. We want to connect with ourselves. We want to be that #1 cheerleader, and we have to allow ourselves to be. Here's another tidbit. I'm kind of going off on another tangent here. Mel Robbins does this thing where it's the high 5 habit. She wrote a book about it. And you give yourself a high 5 in the mirror, high 5. And what she said was they studied teams, I think it was college teams, that went to finals. And the ones that didn't, they were looking at the accolades that they had for each other at the end of the game, or when somebody scored were they supporting each other, high-fiving them, things like that? Well, the teams that didn't do that didn't make it to the finals. So that says so much for that cheerleading part of you. So that's part of looking into the mirror. It's a way of being there for yourself and cheerleading for yourself. Okay, so that was number one, the confidence catalyst affirmation. I love you. Okay, number two. First, put a 1 in the chat if this is resonating with you. If this is good stuff that you can apply. We're only through one of them, but can you just imagine making a connection with that woman in the mirror, making that connection? Yeah. All right. The number 2, the power of your words. Your words build your world. Let's see, they build your positive or negative reality. Your words do. And, we talk about paradigms and how you learn something, from experiences of your childhood or how you were treated, and you learn to behave and show up a certain way. Well, the same thing happens with our words. If we were told negative things about ourselves, we might still today say negative things about ourselves. And I want to shine a light on the fact that your words are very powerful. They create your world. So what if your word was your wand? Think of it that way. Your word is your wand. Your word is constantly casting spells into the universe. Actually, it's a law of attraction thing. If you're saying negative things all the time, you're going to attract more negative stuff. You get what you put out. Actually, it comes back tenfold. So does that help you stand in the straight and narrow? Be aware of the words you use. And I guess it's basically watch your mouth. I do want to say, though, there's a wonderful book by Don Miguel Ruiz, The 4 Agreements. And he has one of the agreements is be impeccable with your words. Don't speak ill of others or yourself. So be impeccable with your word. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3, if you can put everything to one side right now and close your eyes for a few moments, I'm going to invite you to take a nice deep breath in and release it. And again, and release it. And just breathe normally. Just slow your breath down a little bit and say to yourself, I am 100% responsible for what I think, what I say, what I feel, and what I do. And if you can say it out loud, great. If not, really just take in the words. I'm 100% responsible for what I think, what I say, what I feel, and what I do. And let's just do it one more time. Notice what you're feeling. Notice what's opening up. I'm 100% responsible for what I think, what I say, what I feel, and what I do. And being in that space, notice what's going on, what opens up. And notice the groundedness that comes with being 100% responsible for what I think, what I feel, what I say, and what I do. And breathe deep, and release, and open your eyes. So I first heard this, we were listening in my coaching training, and actually it was before I was coaching, as a coach. I was a consumer in this training. And we were doing a meditation, and the coach asked, what's holding you back, right? And she was naming things that could hold you back, because of course we can't come up with it sometimes, or most of the time, we can't come up with what's holding you back or me back. So she's naming it, and she gets to resentment. And in that relaxed state, when I heard that word resentment, I could feel it. And I knew that was the word. So I got to push the button and get some coaching. And I told her that. And I had some resentment toward my husband. And I was taking a look at it, you know, what I was feeling. And she did this exercise with me. I'm 100% responsible for what I say, what I think, what I feel, and what I do. And then now think of him, and he's 100% responsible for what he says, thinks, feels, does. And when you're both 100% responsible, you truly only have to bring 50% to the relationship. Just imagine that. If I'm responsible for me, I'm not busy running somebody else's life, right? I'm living as example. I'm in charge of what's going on with me. It's a totally new way of being, especially if you're used to running everybody else's life and telling them what to do, or expecting them to be a certain way, right? You get to let go of all of that, of resentment. Wow, that was huge. So this exercise is an opportunity to get grounded in yourself. And when you show up this way and have the expectation that others are this way, then you can let go of their stuff. And I know they might not be, but the truth is they're responsible for their own stuff. You're not. So can you see how empowering this might be? I'm 100% responsible for what I think, what I say, what I feel, and what I do. Powerful, powerful exercise. Would love you to try these things and let me know which one you tried. I'm going to make it really easy to try it. So stick around. Okay. The fourth one is be here now. And I know you've heard that before, but what that means is quit living in the past and quit living in the future. You know, stop, worrying about the past and future tripping, let go of it. So here's an idea of an exercise you can do to help you nudge yourself back to center, right? We live more powerfully when we're centered, when we're focused in the moment. We are more impactful. We have more joy. We have more peace. We are not in chaos when we're in the moment, right? When we're mindful of being in this moment, right? We're focused on the journey. Okay, so the exercise is set your phone alarm, because I know you got a phone. Set that alarm 4 times a day, and let it be a beautiful sound. I like to have chimes go off. And when that alarm goes off, notice where you are. Are you in the moment? Are you in the past? Are you fretting about the future? So it's an opportunity to nudge yourself back. So when that goes off, I just smile and make sure that I'm present. But I might notice that, oh, I'm present now, but an hour ago I was worried about the future, or I was stressed about something in the past. So it's that acknowledging it or noticing it, so that you can, and then knowing that you can be centered. So acknowledging it, noticing it, and putting yourself back to center. Be here now. Okay, that's number 4. All right. Put that in the chat. Be here now. So I know you got it. Okay. The last one is the last mind shift to ignite your inner power is resilience. And the idea is to embrace challenges and failures as opportunities to learn and grow. View them as temporary setbacks, not as permanent defeats. Develop a growth mindset and believe you can overcome any obstacle with determination and persistence. I mean, look at the times in your life you made it through something you didn't think you were going to make it through it. So here's the thing. You have those experiences, you've made it through tough times or challenging times. Look at it as, I'm just going to say it, the shit that's happening now, turn that into fertilizer, right? When you've got shit happening in your life, turn it into fertilizer. How can I learn from this? How can I, what lessons can I take from this? So approaching the challenges in life with this attitude of resilience is so powerful. I mean, sometimes we can get blindsided by things and then knocked off, track. And this is an opportunity to put structures and systems in place and ways of being in place when stuff happens in your life, so that it's just a temporary setback, or it's an opportunity for growth. Looking at it differently, it can be very powerful. I don't want to forget anything, so bear with me. Oh, and then you want to put those structures into place by having daily practices, right, that help you be more resilient. Daily practices, mindful practices like tapping, that's emotional freedom technique. Text me if you want to know about that. Tapping, journaling, meditation, gratitude practice, doing those things in your life, or reaching out to people and cultivating healthy relationships so that when something happens that you feel comfortable reaching out. And that's the other thing, learning to receive support, because if you're someone who's always been there taking care of everyone else, you might not be that great at receiving support. So this is an opportunity to look at that structure. You might have a structure in place that says, oh no, I don't need any help, right? That's the message you give to people. So I'm inviting you to make a shift and be open to support and create those support systems, those friendships and connections, and create those support activities. What do you do when you have a breakdown, right? How do you go get yourself grounded? What if it's a really emotional experience? How do you go get yourself centered and grounded? For me, it's tapping. Tapping is such a powerful tool because your energy shifts immediately. But you could do something simple as just tapping on your cheeks, on your chin, on your chest, and breathing. And you can feel the shift. So the fifth one is about resilience, and resilience is about turning your setbacks into fertilizers for your growth and development. It's about putting systems and structures into place now so that when you do have a setback, you don't find yourself isolated and alone, right? We've had way too much of that, right? We can tend to isolate ourselves and then wonder why people aren't there to help us, right? We're there for everyone else and wonder why aren't people there for us? And it might be that we're not letting it in. So that's part of the structure of being resilient, is receiving support. Okay, all right. So what did we do? We did 5 mind shifts to ignite your inner power. The first one, the catalyst, the confidence catalyst affirmation, I love you, I love you. The power of your words, the affirmation, I'm 100% responsible for what I say, what I think, what I feel, and what I do. Be here now is number 4. And number 5 is resilience. So I would love to know your key takeaways from this. And I promised you something at the beginning, I have a gift for you. I made this beautiful PDF called The Confidence Catalyst that you can go and read and review each of these so that you can actually put them into action. The second thing I have is that's part of this package is this habit tracker. Not that you can really see that, but it prints out, that's my point of showing you, so that you can actually write it down. So it says habit, goal, and then it has boxes for every day of the week that you check off. And I think there's 5 weeks there. Yeah, there's 5 weeks in each one. So if you want to start a new habit, this is a powerful tool in making that happen, because consistency is the mother of skill, right? Consistency is what builds the habit. And so, like, the goal would be increase my self-confidence And the habit would be mirror work every day, twice a day, or even once a day. Do something, move the needle. But if you do this for 21 days, for 30 days, you choose, make a commitment. What I will say is the first three days are the most challenging. Once you get through the first 3 days of a habit, you start to feel like, oh, I got a few under my belt, I can do this. It takes, I think, like 50 something days to really build a habit. But boy, you can move the needle in 21 days. And then you start to notice the shifts and things. So the idea is to be really focused on checking it off. And when you check it off, it's like, yeah, good, I took care of me. Yes, right? So habit tracker. So what have I got for you? This beautiful PDF that explains each of these, and then a printable version that just gives you the five mind shifts. So how do you get it? How do you get it? Well, in the chat, put the word confidence, and I will connect with you and get the link to you so that you can have your own copy of the Confidence Catalyst, 5 mind shifts to ignite your inner power. Again, put the word confidence in the chat, and I will get it to you right away because I'm out of Facebook jail. Okay, powerful stuff today. Now, if you just try one thing and apply it for a month, then I want you to come back and tell me how that was for you. If you want to dive deeper, there's an invitation once I send you this Confidence Catalyst to join my Facebook group, Secrets to Becoming an Empowered Woman. We go deeper in there. Anyway, I'm Jeri Cates, the Courage and Grace Coach. Thanks for listening. Bye.